I feel people are not yet aware as to why they are on this earth and why there are so many problems with them. Why this world is on the brink of destruction. And what is their role as human beings to save it? They are seekers. I know in Bristol also we have lots of seekers. Lots of them are seekers. If there were not, you would not have had so many false gurus who made a lot of money out of you, had Rolls Royces and big things and gave you stories. It would not have been possible. And there must be genuine seekers, I think there are seekers who are very genuine, who are seeking something beyond that will give them the joy, the bliss, the kingdom of heaven as promised. But the problem is, we do not know what we have to seek, first of all. Secondly, why? Why do we have to seek? Why do we feel that we have to seek something? We should pay attention to these two questions. And then we'll be amazed that the time today is such, the modern times are such, that at this time, anything can happen. The whole creation can be destroyed. Now, why are we on this earth, or why did we become human beings? Let's find out this. All the scientists must ask themselves this question, that why we were made human beings. It would have been a good idea to live as amoeba. What did we achieve by being human beings? Did we achieve anything better? By that, did we have any better understanding of life? Or are we happier than those whom we called as animals and amoeba? This question people seldom ask, why are we here? Because in the science there is no answer for it. There's no answer. There's no answer of why in science. Now, if I put any proposition before you, or if I say that this is the reason you are on this earth, you need not take it for granted at all. There's no need to be blind about it, because blindness is a crime, I think, if you have to achieve light. If a blind man has to open his eyes to light, he may get blind again. So it is better to keep yourself open and see for yourself that what I am saying, if it has any substance, then see for yourself. If it could be proved, then it becomes a law. We are here on this earth to be the carriers of God's power of love. He has created us as human beings to be the instrument of His working. Not to be ourselves, some individuals suddenly flying in the air, or suddenly becoming a strange personality who is doing all kinds of funny miracles. But we are human beings, and we have to become the spirit, which is the reflection of God within ourselves. We have to become the spirit. Everyone says that. Everyone says that you are to be born again. And this is the reason why we have that seeking within us, because that is the subtler seeking that lies within us. We have so many other seekings, for example, politics. We want to have power, so we go into politics. But look at this politics that we have. Logically, let us see, is there any sense in the politics that we follow? Supposing you are a Democrat, you believe in freedom. What have we done out of freedom? Look at the freedom we are enjoying, that you can't walk in the night alone. The country which spoke of freedom first and the foremost, Americans, if you go there, they'll warn you, don't go in the garden in the night lock your rooms properly, don't walk out on the road. If not, at least you'll have some eggs on your face or something like that in that country. Supposed to be a very free country. So you think, all right, let's have communism. Better go to Russia to see that, because I've been there many a times. That's another disaster. Absolute disaster. Because these are all artificial things. This artificiality has come in our thinking, also from the spirit only, I should say, that you have to share what you have. But what do you have to share? What? What do we have to share? The stones? What do we do? What can we create? Dead out of dead. This tree was dead, so we created a beautiful thing. All right, so dead from dead. What else? What do you have to share? You don't have anything to share, so how can you have communism? And you have nothing, so how can you be capitalist? Whatever we have is perishable. We can't take it with us, we have to leave everything here. This materialism about which we are so much worried, and we think that materialism will solve our problem, we are sadly mistaken. It cannot. The basic principle of economics is that in general wants are not satiable. They are not satiable. That means you'll go mad, but they will be never satisfied. Today you would like to have a house, all right, then you'll have a car. Then you would like to have a helicopter, I believe, then an aeroplane. Go on mad like that. There's no end to it. That means these things do not give you joy. Logically, we must reach right conclusions first of all. Following anything up here, we must have logical basis for that. Logical, I said, not rational, but logical. So, going to politics doesn't solve your problem at all. Those who have been to politics, go and see. At a very young age, they have wrinkles all over their heads. They are twitching their nose or their eyes. They are fidgety all the time. They can't sit for 5 minutes with peace. I mean, I meet them every day. They are not happy people. They do not give happiness to anyone either. So what's the use of making them your ideals? They know how to talk, argue, create a mental projection, and fight with those haunts developed out of the mental projection. What good have they done? Whether they are communists, socialists, or Democrats, what good have they done to the people on the whole? They cannot do it because they haven't got the power to do it. They haven't got power. They are politics without the power. Without the power, what's the use of having the politics? So first have the power and then do the politics. The power I'm talking about is the power of love of God. But love of God that we understand is not sophisticated. The way we understand is that there cannot be a dogma about it. It is not very much sorted out sort of thing according to human mind. It's very simple, extremely simple. We take it for granted, all these things that we have. We breathe in such a simple way. We don't think about it. Is it sophisticated, or is there any dogma about how to breathe? Whether you breathe here or in India or anywhere in the whole world, you breathe the same way. You smile the same way, laugh the same way. How in a simple way you do it? It's so simple, it's so innate, it is Sahaja. It's spontaneous within you, all these things built in. And for people who are intellectuals, who are used to see going on, building up rational, big, huge aura around them, it may look very naive, look very simple. Too simple for their appreciation. Like if you are to eat your food, you can eat it like this. But you can also eat it like that from the other way, if you want to eat. But that, if that is called a sophistication, then go ahead with it. This may be not so sophisticated, may be very simple to eat this way. So all these things are not appealing to a mind which is used to discussions, arguments, and coming to some sort of a conclusion. I don't know if they ever reach any conclusion. If they had reached any conclusion, there would have been no problem at all. These are all eternal arguments going on eternally, will go on eternally. They'll be never resolved because they have no basis. There are no roots.